What's up? It's Monday. It's Monday. You guys, I haven't went to the gym yet, so you're getting me in my gym clothes because I need to go to the gym. Really needed to sleep in this morning. I don't know what it was, but I needed to sleep in. So my alarm went off and I'm like, can I sleep in? I can sleep in. And I feel so much better. I'm still going to get my workout in. So I have plenty of time to do the things I need to do. Hello, Erica. We are moving on with our back to basics, but just in morning mingle fashion for the month of January. We are going to still go over things to be aware of, things to think about for where we're at in this month. Good morning, Cynthia, Jennifer, and Mallory. I love you guys. We're still going to go over that short at the front. And then, hopefully short, I get long-winded. And then we're going to go on to a few things with calendar. This week is consistency and connection. Now, all of this, before we move into updates for the week, all of this that I have been doing is actually part of these planners that I designed quite a while ago and have used very religiously to help me in my business. Really stay on track, show me where maybe I'm failing, not really failing, or falling behind a little bit to keep me consistently touching my business and doing business building activities. So my thought was, hey, why not for January, back to basics 2022, introduce this to you guys on a very basic level and offer these up. I purchased 50 of them. I want to say we have like 15 or 20 left. I have a group of people that ordered over the weekend that I have to invoice and send out. They're $15. That includes shipping. I did go in to see if I could order more, you guys. You gotta love inflation. So they're gonna go up a little bit. So you may want to grab this roundabout. Not a bunch, but like $2 or $3 more. I was able to get these in like the $10 to $12 range, and then with shipping, I just did a 15 flat. I send them medium mail, so on and so forth. But planners are very basic, okay? So you can customize them the way it fits for you. Like you'll see, I'm starting to add stickers to the front of mine. A lot of you have asked, what do they look like? You can print these off yourself and put them in a binder. There's the PDF in the files section. There's also a fillable one. But there's a clear sheet, a title, front sheet, and then it goes right into the same thing repeatedly. Now, I have done a little bit more with mine just because it helps me be a little bit more organized. Is I went to Staples and I bought some sticker tabs. Sorry, I got to take out all my papers of things I'm working on. And I added little sticker tabs to mine. I have put like an envelope, like a manila envelope in the back before, right here, taped it to here, and then I kept receipts for my month in there, or events that I'm doing contracts in there. You really can customize it to fit for you. But we are moving on to the next section of that today to finish up our basic calendar planning ideas and to help you. And then next week, Morning Mingle and things that we're going to talk about are going to be about the core launch switchover, which happens February 4th on a I don't know if it's Zoom. I think it might be Zoom. I gotta look. So anyways, so the live release of the products happens for us on February 4th. We can see the new products. If you got a transition kit, they'll explain about the transition kits or what's in them, the products, and then we will, everything will be open to our customers February 5th. Now, please understand, you guys, I do have a leadership retreat going on over that week. We are meeting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This was offered up to my leaders, Premier and above, and it was optional for them to fly into Des Moines. I'm partnering with Jasmine, and we're doing a little leader retreat. There is about, I want to say 12 to 13 of leaders attending that. So I will be posting and talking about that so you know what that leader retreat is about. They actually fronted the bill to travel. I'm providing food and entertainment and the cost there. And I'm actually reimbursing one leader who maintains her Premier or above status. That's coming. I am going to draw one leader to reimburse for their travel. Okay? Why am I telling you that? One, you're going to see me post about it. Two, we actually have invited several people. If you are in the Des Moines area or close to the Des Moines area and you would like to meet up with us on Friday night for the live reveal of the products, please PM me. We would love to invite you. Of course, we're watching numbers, but this is your chance to come in. We'll have 12 to 15 leaders there. Pat Sheehan is flying in, and we are going to watch the product reveal. I'm going to buy some pizzas, but again, you guys, these are things that make Posh fun, and we want to offer it up to everyone. We've just been very intentional with our planning, and at this point, we are going to start inviting you to join us if that is a drivable, if you're close to it, but that's in Des Moines, Iowa. It's a 2-hour drive for me, but I love my peeps, and we will have so much fun. Okay, so because I'm starting to share pictures, I wanted to explain that. So nothing secret here. It's just something we've been slowly rolling out as we've had time to plan. Okay, some things that we're going over for the week. Feature of the week is day and night. You guys, we do the featured help me share post. That is the best way for you to go in and show us what you know. Show us how you're sharing. If you are pretty good with ingredients, if you are pretty good with things that about moisturizer, go in and share them there. That is your place to shine. Share testimonials. These things help all of us be better in our craft, okay? We learn from others. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I will share with you again my continuation of what I'm doing in my VIP group for the month of January, going back to the basics of your skincare routine. So if you've missed a few of them, what I've tried to do is, and we'll talk about this with calendar planning, is I've tried to show you how I stay consistent, plan my work and work my plan, add value without per se ever saying anything about how much this is, right? I'm telling them, what it is, how to use it, the benefits of them, educating and sharing value. And with that comes sales in time, right? So we're going to talk how that plans out, and I will share what I'm doing this week on Posh Crew, either today or tomorrow, but that's going to also be a part of our calendar planning. So our feature of the week is day and night. If you missed it yesterday, guys, we really tried to help you. Jessica Stonebreaker went live last night and talked about her how she does her live sales. This is all lined up to help you with your catalog launch, okay? So Jessica explained, and she did a post of how to prep for a live event. I did take that and I added it to our guide section, okay, to our guide section under different ways to share Posh. You will see her post on how to prep for the live event, and then her live on her talking about how she does her live event. This is right now, we have 15 days left of the month. If you have or want to turn over product or just want to try a live sale, you have time. Watch Jessica's training and make a plan for it. I know in our action calendar, part of this in our action calendar was to watch Jessica's training here, okay? And then I'm showing you what I'm going to do on Wednesday here in a minute. But over the weekend, having a live inventory reduction sale is even planned out in your action calendar. Okay? So we're not just teaching you things to teach you things. We want you to put them into action. And when you put them into action, you will see your business move forward. Okay? So that was Jessica's training yesterday. It was so great. Okay? Now we're going to move forward a little bit to, is there anything I wanted to say about Tuesday? No, Wednesday. Wednesday, we have another 2 things that are super, super important. Number 1 is I am going to, and you guys, I haven't decided if I'm going to record this or post a Zoom time for this, but I'm going to walk you through how to make a Google Doc. What is a Google Doc? So a Google Doc is just another way that you can keep track of people that want new samples from the new catalog coming out. So a lot of times I'll create a Google Doc. I'll talk about the new catalog coming up, and then I will share the link to my Google Doc. And if they're wanting to try the new samples, be the first to try the new samples, then they can go in and fill out my Google Doc, and it keeps it all in one place. Now you can do this on paper and pencil. I talk about this all the time. These are things that you can learn to do in time, but if you don't know how to do them, paper and pencil are fine. But Wednesday, I'm going to either do a recording or a live on creating a Google Doc. And then Wednesday night is our opportunity event with Perfectly Posh, okay? We don't, because we have such a large company, this morning we had 5,383 of us here on Posh Curl, okay? Since we have such a large company, we could recreate the wheel and do opportunity events here. We have lots of leaders within the crew that do those with their team, okay? It didn't make sense to me to recreate that wheel, but to help us be smart and move, if your leader's not doing an opportunity event, you know, those are great. Do those if your leader offers those. If not, you still have the opportunity every single month with home office. And this week we have our Tiffany Judd and Jerem are going to do the opportunity event. And what I like to do to encourage you to personally invite people and bring them in to this chance to learn about Posh is I'll create a graphic or something, and you can put the names of people that you invite. We like to challenge you to invite 3 to 5 people to the opportunity event just to check out Posh. And then I really try to be on that live to see that you're present, supporting these people that you think would be amazing. And I look for them. And a lot of times I pick out some pretty awesome prizes. So be looking for that. Again, that's Wednesday. Splurge is Friday. And if you didn't see the live we did with Carolee. Carolee came over. She knows that we have some big goals and that we're working really hard to our big goals. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our big push to $60 million. But she shared a lot of special things with us there. Number one, she shared that she's been pregnant, really sick with her pregnancy, and we had the chance to guess if she was having a boy or a girl. So we did a poll. I announced this morning the winner to that. So it is a girl. So I took everybody that voted girls, put them in the wheel of names, and Jean Wilkinson was our winner for that. So you just PM me your address and I will get your prize out. So she talked about that. She talked about Splurge, you guys. Splurge is actually going to be 2 products, and they are in a lower price range, okay? This was something she shared with us. So feel good, you guys. They are so excited for this push for us. And I am so excited to see what we can do to really conquer this next 15 days. So we found out she's a girl. Jean Wilkinson was our winner for that. We found out 2 splurges. Oh, and if we hit our $60 million goal, if we hit it, she offered up to the crew as a reward to be able to pick next year's 2023. So we're going to earn it in 2022. We're going to earn it. And in 2023, we are going to be able to pick the splurge of that month. But we have to hit our goal. Okay, when we hit our goal, she'll let us, we can choose a bring back product. Maybe we have some ideas on products. But we as a crew, as a group, if we hit our goal, we'll be able to pick splurge out for 2023. So another exciting thing that we have going for us as we chip away at our goal. We still have the Snowflake Challenge going on. That is open to everybody in the crew, whether you're in my 7 lines or not. So make sure you're printing your Snowflake Shuffle off. Snowflake Shuffle, and keeping track of your snowflakes, okay? That is for the whole month of January. We have the volume ledger pull. The next volume ledger pull, you guys, we are going to do at when we hit $400,000 left to go. So this morning we were at 503, I want to say. 503,846. So when we hit 400, we'll do another volume ledger pull. We had a couple winners from Carolee's Live. She picked out a few winners for our rewards on our volume ledger pull. She pulled out, and I sent their gifts already. I want to say Bobby, Johnson, and Tiffany were the winners on that one. So we've already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners in our volume ledger pull. So our next one will be at 400,000. What I want to talk to you about before we go into our basic calendar planning is something that has helped me. I know I connected with Tiffany Judd this morning, and this is something that she's been led to do, and she'll be talking about her team with it. But I took it and I looked at, our goal that we have left. We have about halfway through the month. We have about 2 weeks left. We have a lot of things going on still. We have the push to 500 for your free catalogs. We have the Hawaii incentive. We have the splurge. So we have a lot going on still for the end of the month. Inventory reduction sales if you choose to do that. Purchasing and prepping for those things. So if you are to take our goal right now, $504,000, and break it down, divide it by 15, the number of days we have left, we would need to bring in each day about $33,000, which is totally doable. That may seem like a big number, right? But I took that number, okay, around $33,000, and I divided that by half of us, okay? So I told you this morning we had 5,000 so many people in our team, in our company, in our full company that go towards this goal. I took our daily goal and broke it down into 2,500 of us. And if 2,500 of us each day have an order of $13 to $14, that's a hand cream and a lip balm, we will hit our goal, right? If 1,000 of us daily till the end of the month have $34 each day, we hit our goal. But why do I say that? Because this is where you look at what you have left for the month, okay? And I wrote this down so I could share it with you. So this is how you would do this, okay? We have 15 days left. That's including today. Let's say you have a goal to finish $500 more for the end of the month, okay? So for your goal, and I wrote this up for you guys. That's what I did. I wrote it up for you guys already. I'm like, where did I put those numbers? I already posted about this. If you go, and I'm trying to find the post. Okay, so if you say you have $500 left to hit your goal, okay, and you divide 500 by 15, that's the number of days we have left, right? That is about $33 a day. That would be your goal to share or bring in through your virtual office. So doable when you break that down into products. What does that mean by products? If you need to do $33 a day for the next 15 days to hit your goal, to make more money, to get your catalogs, to go to Hawaii, whatever it may be, your goals, your focus, how many dollars do you need to earn a day? What can you do? How many features of the month or features of the week is that to share, right? You have to be intentional with knowing where you're at and where you need to go for your goals. So if you looked at $500, 15 days, that's about $33 a day, give or take. That's 4 hand lotions a day. 4 hand lotions. And I just say hand lotions because it's a $10 mark. Super easy, not hard to do, right? Okay, other things. Reach out to 5 people a day who have ordered in the last 3 to 6 months. Guys, you can easily do that by going into your your order history in your virtual office. If this is something you don't know how to do, please reach out to your premier or one of us. But you can go into your virtual office. You can go up to order history, and you can pull up all of your orders from 2021. Go back 3 to 6 months and see who has ordered, okay? See who has ordered. Personally reach out to them. You can even go one step farther and go into your Posh Pro. Go up to your Posh Pro. Go into products. Look up day and night and personally follow up with the people that have purchased day and night. You guys, these are all things that you can do. And my calendar planning is going to show you how you take all of this and make it into a system of duplication and consistency, okay? So, that is the beginning of my live. I'll have to see where this cuts off. I know that, you guys, I know there's questions and I'll go through and answer them. If you know any answers to the questions coming through, please answer them for me. I just know that this training is a little longer and we're at 24 minutes. So I do not want to keep you here too long. We have busy lives. So I will go back and look at those, but if you know any of the answers to the questions people are asking, if you can help them out, that would be amazing. Okay, so we're at 25 minutes. We're going to go into the next section of our Back to Basics calendar planning, okay? So let's recap a few things. At the first Monday of January, let me pull out my sheet so I don't forget. At the first Monday in January, we focused on monthly focuses. So what's your goal? What's your team goal? We worked on working in 3-month cycles, the reason for working in 3-month cycles. We talked about front loading your calendar. And this is where you get very intentional with being in control of your calendar. So instead of your calendar or your posh business being in control of you, you are in control of your posh business, because we talked about, number one, you put in your calendar, where do you need to be for your family? Where does your family need to be? What are the important things that you need to do, number one, for your family? Then number two, we talked about what are your non-negotiables, meaning where do you have to be in January, February, and March that is already set in stone. There's no negotiating those, okay? And then we talked about number three being your dates that you want to book parties, okay? This is you being in control of your calendar. And we talked about that, and we talked about you can color it, you can design it as you want. This is really laid out easily for you to make it the way you want to make it. So like me, I like to work Sunday through Saturday. Some people may want Monday through Sunday. You can do that. But you work in, sorry, I have sticky notes here so I don't miss anything. You work in 3-month cycles. So if you miss that training, that is a great basic training to go back to, working in those 3-month cycles. And as we finish January, okay, then we have February, March, and April. And it's very cyclical. Our business works in 3, 6, and 9-month cycles to see results from consistently working, okay? So we worked on that on Monday, January 3rd. Last week, we worked on weekly focuses, talking about themes, really becoming intentional with what we're doing on the big month, okay? Things that we have planned for the big month. We talked about that. I'm not going to pull it out, and breaking it down into weekly focuses, okay? We also talked about... Okay, so weekly focuses. We also talked about this action sheet. This action sheet that can be printed out weekly to keep you on track. I'm also going to share with you today a few other things in the planner and outside the planner that can help you. The action sheet is the 5 most important things to do this week. You want to write those down. Customer follow-ups and calls. New member. This is a weekly plan, so you are planning your week. We took the big goal of, just like kind of we did at the beginning of this call, we took the big goal of the month and we broke it down into weekly goals, okay? As far as sales and parties and team building, we broke that down into weekly goals. Now today, we're going to take that a little step farther. We kind of talked about that already. When you have a weekly goal, let's say your weekly goal, we have 7 days in a week, let's say, and your weekly goal is to each week bring into your business, got calculator love, $250 a week to reach your monthly goal. We have 7 days in the week. So that's $35 a day. These are just ways to take a big goal, break it down weekly, break it down daily, and really make sure you're staying on track, okay? So we talked about weekly goals, weekly themes. Now we're going to take this one step farther, and this step is talking about daily consistency, okay? Working your business daily. Now, what I love about this is I'm going to introduce to you guys a few systems that I have found to be helpful for me, and you can make it work for you no matter if you're full-time, part-time, or social here, okay? There should never be an excuse that I only can work my business 15 minutes a day and I can't be successful. That is a thought in your mind. You can be successful. That 15 minutes every day consistently over time will show improvement as long as you're doing those quality activities, okay? So what we're going to look at today, we have our month planned out. We know what we need for the week. Now, how do we help keep ourselves on track, right? This is something that was introduced to us quite a while back, and I have loved it because being in the fitness field and doing fitness, I used to do personal training for people. One of the things that I noticed is unless you write something down, your mind has a way of making you think you did it when maybe you didn't. The other thing that you notice, like if you're keeping track of your nutrition and you're writing it down, it makes you aware of what you're putting in your mouth, okay? Your brain has a way of just making you think you're doing everything when actually you may be missing something in your business. And this was very intentional to me, and I'll be very transparent. I'm going to show you mine that I've been doing throughout this month, and you will see where my focus needs to change, okay? So part of the training for today is on this 5x5 tracker, okay? I shared this tracker with you, and then towards the back of our planner, there's some resources in our planner that I want to share with you. I got to go to the back. There is this sheet right here, 5x5, selling and booking. And actually, I would like to say 5x5, 3 basics of our business is selling, hosting, and joining. Those are your 3 main things. And this sheet helps with those. And this will walk through, if you don't understand after I'm done through this, this will walk through what each section really means, okay? Sorry, words are hard. So for the 5x5, what I love about the 5x5 is it's broken up into 4 weeks, okay? Typical month is 4 weeks, okay? Each week, it has you focused on a goal. That goal is 5 customer follow-ups, 5 products on the people, 5 team connections, 5 product experiences, and 5 potential team members. And as you work your business, you plan your work and you work your plan, you can visually see where you're being successful, hitting your goals, where you need to focus more, okay? We have 7 days in a week. You guys, this is 5 customer follow-ups right here. I do my follow-ups on Friday, okay? I can easily bang out 5 to 10 to 15 follow-ups on Friday, but my minimum is 5 follow-ups, okay? And that's where kind of the tracking sheet comes into play too. If you don't or have not taken any trainings in the academy or by Pat about funnels, that is okay. We are basic, basic, basic. If you don't use Posh Pro yet, or you don't use a customer management system yet, that is okay. Notebooks, paper, work. Okay, don't make this difficult. Don't give yourself an excuse. Okay, so 5 customer follow-ups in a week. So easy. Could be you coming back to your tracking sheet of who you got product, or who you talked to about product experiences, what samples you got on people. So you can see how this all works together. And it's a very, like, this is your minimum. This is your minimum goals, okay? 5 customer follow-ups. Like I said, I do that on Friday. I do a lot more than 5. But if you don't have that time, you do what you can do, okay? 5 products on the people. That means sharing samples while you're out and about. That means, party. If you have a party, that's what I love about parties. If you have a party and you send out samples, and one party, depending on the number of guests, I can totally kill 1 week of product on the people, okay? So parties, of course, get you in front of more people. That's why we talk about how much the importance of parties, okay? So your goal is 5 products on people, okay? Product experiences. I have been helping you with this month. Now, product experiences could be going live, talking about a product, doing reviews. It can be check that sheet. It's a lot of different things. But I have used my product experiences to help me be authentic and share back to basic skincare routine for January. Okay, so I take my weekly goals of what I'm focused on. This week I'm focused on day and night, right? And this week, today, I'm going to do a poll on why do you use a moisturizer? Do you know how to use a moisturizer? I'm going to talk about the feature of the week. And then each day is going to be focused on something else that keeps me consistent and present and adding value in my VIP, my business group, and my Instagram, okay? I have another sheet to show you for that. But like last week, on Monday, I did a feature poll on serums. On Tuesday, I talked about why serums. On Wednesday, I did a live video on application. On Thursday, I did some posts and talked about picking the serum that's best for you. And then on Friday, I did a question and answer. And on Saturday, I did some engagement posts. But that was 5, you guys. You have 7 days if you're staying consistent. And that's 5 days that I have consistently planned out and present in my business. And this is helping me keep track of it. Now, here's where I love this sheet. Where did I not show up as well as I should have last week? I did not have samples on people. I need to be more intentional of getting samples on people this week, okay? Because I'm on week 3, okay? I did not do very well. Potential team members, I did not do very well. So week 3, it will be my goal to get 3 to 5 people connected to the opportunity event. It would be my goal to have a few one-on-one Zoom chats with somebody that I think would be great for the Posh business, or that I can see adding value to their life. You guys, this is the tracker that shows you what your brain likes to tell you you're doing that you may not be doing, or you may be falling short. Love this 5 by 5. And again, it's customizable to your business. 5 is the minimum. If you want to take this and you want to double it, you can double it. You're just going to move a little faster, right? But this allows you to create that consistency here. Consistency and connection. So connection can mean connecting to your VIP, your Instagram, your Facebook consistently, okay? Connection can be your follow-up process. How are you keeping track of people? Are you going to do it on this sheet and keep it all in your planner because that works for you? Or are you going to do Posh Pro? Or are you going to do another customer management system? This is the simple, easy tracking sheet all in one place. And I love it because you can actually scroll back through and make sure you're connecting with the people you've given samples to, sent messages to. It's visual. It's right in front of you. This one can be customizable too, but it does say name, phone number, is it a new customer, when are you going to follow up, first follow up, second, third, if they ordered a thank you note, additional samples enclosed, because those are all important things that you can use to follow up authentically with these people you're sharing Posh with, okay? So we talked about the 5x5, and that's 5x5 each week in your month, okay? Talked about the tracking sheet, using your tracking sheet, figuring out how you're going to track. It's okay to go paper and pencil, but you need it all in one spot. And you can use your 5x5 to help you accomplish your tracking sheet. Okay. Woo! So much. It's not a lot once you get going, but explaining it takes a little time. Last but not least, social media planner. This again goes back to your 5x5, and this allows you to be very consistent, present in your social media. Again, I'm planning my work and working my plan. So this week I'm actually here. I'm going to be writing in my plan for the week for my business page and my VIP page, okay? So the way this is set up is choose your social media. Please do not get overwhelmed with picking multiple social media to do. Pick one. Start with one. Go easy, okay? And then you have 7 days in a week. Decide for yourself your consistency. Maybe for you, posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on the weekend works. But the whole thing is you want to be present and you want to consistently be present. If you post on a Monday and you're MIA till the next Monday, yeah, you're consistent, but are you consistently adding value with that? Because I'm guessing you're just sharing the sales from home office. You're not really giving value of what and creating those relationships around it, okay? So we're going to go back to the first week. Our first week was wash, right? So in my social media planner here, this is my first week of the month, okay? Second week of the month, third, fourth, okay? So a month is laid out right here in front of you. And you could plan a month in advance, or you can plan it a week in advance. If Sunday's your plan day, Self-Care Sunday is your plan day, you do it then. So like yesterday, I didn't write it in, but I already auto-posted my Monday moisturizer value and polls Sunday to post on Monday, okay? That's how you work when you work a full-time job outside of Posh. You just have to plan it and schedule it ahead of time. If you want it, you will do it, okay? So for the wash on Monday, it was a poll. I did a poll because I'm always asking questions. It's not about me, it's about them. I'm always asking questions. So how confident do you feel in your facial routine? Okay, and then I did a poll talking about, do you wash at night, in the morning, not at all? What do you wash with? You can create the poll or the engagement the way you want. I did that on Monday. On Tuesday, I did determine your facial type, and I talked about why it's important to wash your face, right? Wednesday, creating a habit with washing your face. And I gave tips on creating a habit, whether it's washing your face or anything else. I'm adding value, okay? We talked about how to wash your face. There are ways. People don't know how to wash their face. There are ways to wash your face. We talked about how to. We talked about picking your face wash on Thursday, and then Friday we did a question and answer thread, and we talked about seasonal changes and changing your washes out. Again, you guys, this will keep you consistent with doing that. You have to put a little time in, but these are things that have really helped me in my business, and you can scale them to how many days you have available, the time you have available, the investment that you want to put into your Posh business. These things are customizable, okay? So we have, just to review, your 5x5, your tracking sheet, and your social media planner. These help you stay on track monthly, weekly, and daily, okay? Adding value, being authentic, and developing a business that you can be proud of. When you add value and you share and you feel confident in what you're sharing, you're not selling. You are not selling. And you won't feel like you're selling. If you're feeling like you're selling, then we need to go back and we need to reevaluate how you're sharing and what you're sharing, okay? And how often you're sharing, okay? So there's that. Last but not least, how am I doing? I'm doing good on time. Yay. I wanted to share two things because I know a lot of times people are like, okay, Shalene, you gave me all these things, but how do I know what to do every day, every week, and every month? I need it laid out for me. I need a checklist. I need something that I can look at on a daily basis when I get up in the morning and I have 15 minutes that tells me what are some things that I need to do every single day right away or every day, okay? What do I need to do every week? What do I need to do every month? Now, I gave you two options on this. We have one in the resource section of our planner, and this is a consistency checklist for things that you can do during the day or daily, weekly, and monthly. I also shared with you, Kim Lecker gave us one that she created too for her team. And this again is daily, weekly, and monthly tasks. And you can print this out. You can use the one in the book. You post it on your wall right next to your computer. And when you get up and you spend your 15 minutes or 30 minutes or what you have for the day for your business, and you sit down to do them, you will not mindlessly scroll Facebook because you have your tasks in front of you. It's the same thing I do every single morning. I come in, I check the newsroom, I check our team page for questions. I've been sharing and showing you how every day I go into the VO and I see where are we at as a team, okay? Where are we at towards our $60 million goal? Here's where we started. Here's the date. Here's where we're at, right? I look at that every single day because I need to make sure we're tracking and trending the way we're supposed to. So in these daily tasks, things that are on this sheet, if you weren't able to look at it yet, is every day come in. VO, virtual office, numbers check-in. Where am I at? Where do I need to go? Team, if you have a team, are you checking in on your team? Where are they at? Where would they need a little bit of encouragement? Where are they at in the Hawaii incentive? Check up, check down, be aware of what's going on around you. Check the newsroom, share information, ask questions, check home office's social, check your team page, and Posh 5 people. You can create this the way you want to on a daily basis depending on your time. But those are ideas that you can be doing and not just mindlessly scrolling social media as your way to think you're running your business, okay? Same thing, there's things every week and every month. You have 2 resources that I provided for you, this one and this one. And you have the PDF of it, so you can take this one, and you can print as many off as you want, and maybe you need one for every single day because you want to make sure you're doing that checklist every day. Maybe you just need one for the month and you're making sure you're checking off everything weekly and monthly. You guys, it's creating a system. Once you create the system works. The system will consistently work. Now, how fast you get somewhere doesn't really matter if you're doing it consistently over time. All right, so that was the completion pretty much of our planner. So you have your monthly, okay? You have your 5x5 and your tracking sheet. You have your weekly action sheet, your social media planner, and then it repeats itself over and over and over again for over 12 months. In the back, included as resources, which we can talk about later a little bit more, is your consistency tracker, 60 hostesses in 6 minutes. Really, this is more like a brain dump of hostesses, a brain dump of people that would be great for Posh. You can put in anything, 60 hostesses in 6 minutes, 60 potentials in 6 minutes, 60 customers in 10 minutes, and brain dump this out, okay? So this is always good to do when you feel like you're in a rut and you don't know who you can share Posh with, who you can talk to Posh about. This is also a great way to do that. Your information on using your 5x5. And last but not least, this is a 75 customer tracker. We can talk about this later, but usually the 75 customer tracker, what this is for me is this is my loyalty customers. These are my customers that purchase on a regular basis. These are the customers I want to make sure are getting the best service. They are loyal VIP customers that purchase on a regular basis. These are not a one-time purchase customer. These are people that have either hosted, purchased on a regular basis, are a part of my VIP group. And we have an algorithm that talks about 75 customers. When you have 75 customers, their routine order date, okay, when they need reorders, and the amount that they reorder can easily bring you in $500 in PV a month on just customer reorders and follow-up. So developing a 75 customer tracker is a great way for you to get to the point that you have a customer base that routine, the cycle of refills, the cycle of connection will produce about $500 in personal volume a month of reorders. Okay, so there's a sheet like that you can start keeping track of. That is the planner, you guys. That is back to basics. That is getting your business in control. This is you being a business owner and intentionally going after your goals here at Posh. There is not a leader here. There is not anyone here that does not want to see you reach your goals. But you have to be intentional with it, okay? Now, like I said, I have some more of these left. I have about 15 to 20 of these left. The Google Doc is in our Spark page. You fill out the Google Doc. I invoice you via the what you put on the Google Doc. Once it is paid, I do get these sent out as soon as possible. I typically do mailings on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you have questions on things, let me know. Like I said, over the weekend, I got a payment on one, and then I got a whole bunch of other people signing up for their own planner, okay? So if this is something that adds value, that helps you, please share it with your team members. I will download this and upload it for easy reference to my YouTube. But you guys, if you missed any of them, please let me know. I can bump the posts again. Look at your month. Look at how you're planning your business. And again, next week we'll move on to switching over to our core paper. We will be talking about, just to end this, we'll be sharing things like this. Make the most of your core launch, before your core launch, what to do before, what to do during, and what to do after. We're going to be talking about making sure that you have the items you need to make samples. We're talking about the Google Doc this week. We're creating excitement, whether that's getting a few people together at your house to watch the product launch with you, if it's joining Jasmine and the group of leaders in Des Moines for that. This is when you plan that work. You guys, you have to plan. And so we will be sharing this as we move forward into February, which is our new core paper. Yay! All right, we're at 56 minutes. Like I said, you guys, I knew this would be super, a lot of information. I will reshare it. If you have questions, put them in the questions below. I will do my best to get those answered. I'll reshare the Google Doc link again. Otherwise, you can find it in our Spark page. And again, if you can't afford it, that is okay. You can print them off, print the sheets off, put them in a binder. You guys, I use binders all the time to keep myself organized, somewhat, my kind of organized, because I'm not a technical person or technology person. All right. Heather, I sent a request for a planner. Will definitely be helpful. Yeah, I think I printed yours off. Right now I have Anna Smith, Stephanie, sorry if I kill your last name, DeSanted, Julia Harlan, I have yours. You're paid. Yours needs to go out. Brandy, I always say hers wrong too. Boot Champ, Leah Cook, Heather Joseph, there you are, my friend. Jennifer Storm, and Justine Wright. So all of those I need to invoice, but I do have those down for planners. So we're getting close to the end of what I have available for planners. So I will post that again, and let me know if I missed anything. I will see you over on the crew page. Have an amazing Monday, you guys. I appreciate you very, very much.